Hello, you beautiful, wonderful people of the world. Namaste. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Yogi Court, otherwise known as Courtney. What's up, what's up? I hope you're having a beautiful day. Today's flow and today's sequence is a nice hip opening sequence. So I hope you enjoy it. You'll need your mat or a towel, whatever you have, and then potentially a block. You don't also have to have a block. You can also use a book or a water bottle or a really long pillow, but you also don't have to use the block. Okay, so today, let's get into it. We'll start in a child's pose, opening the knees nice and wide to your mat or towel, and then placing the big toes to touch as you walk your hands forward and send your chest all the way down. Really just relaxing in here. Moving around as many times as you need to find your shape. And just grounding down for a moment. Just getting nice and conscious of the breath. And softening where you can here. Allowing the breath to lengthen. As you really breathe into the belly here. And being here now and present for the next time that we're together, for this time. Allowing everything that's happened to you today to be in the past. Allow everything that's going to happen to you after this to be in the future. Allow yourself right here, right now, this time. And being present, being mindful is what our intention shall be for the next while. Let's slowly draw our hands onto the fingertips into quite a nice active child's pose. We'll take an inhale. And then on the exhale, you're going to walk your hands all the way to the right side of the mat as you draw your right hand down and interlace the left fingers over the right. And just breathe into this, breathing into that left armpits, that left lymph nodes within the armpit space. And then drawing that right, or rather that left shoulder down to the mat. And if you can make it nice and active if you want by pulling into those left fingertips on that right hand, noticing the laterals and the side body. And take a deep breath in. We'll exhale, walk back to center. Stay for a round of breath. And we're slowly going to walk the hands to the left-hand side this time. Left hand down, right hand interlaces over the left as you pull down with that right hand, and then tucking that right armpit to the mat as well, rotating that shoulder inwards. Breathing into the right side of the body, the ascending colon, the right ribs, the right armpit, and the lymph nodes within the armpit space. And that whole lateral side of the body, the lats here as well. Take a deep breath in. We exhale, walk ourselves back to center. You're slowly going to come up onto the fingertips and draw your knees slightly together here. You're going to take that right leg out, drawing the hands underneath the shoulders, lift up that right leg. Then into the right leg, take the heel to the bum, and then slowly start to rotate that leg, opening up the hip, welcoming those hip opening movements here. And not necessarily opening up the hip to a 90 degree, but rather just working with whatever mobility that you have here. And rotate the other direction out, back, down. And this is called a fire hydrant. I quite like to imagine myself as a dog being on a fire hydrant and not necessarily opening up that hip all the way, but just working that mobility. You'll slowly bring it all the way back as you straighten out your leg. Rotate the leg all the way to the right hand side, placing it down. That ankle is in line with your hip here, and the 5 toes of that right foot's facing forward as you walk yourself forward into sort of like a puppy's pose type of shape here. Then just breathing into that opening of that right hip and that inner thigh here as well. And really pinning down with that right outer foot to the mat. And then either you can stay here or you can go a step further. You're going to thread that left hand underneath the space that you've created here, coming onto your left shoulder and your left ear as you relax the face of the mat. Just feeling this opening of the shoulder as well. Sometimes I literally feel like a pretzel in some yoga movements. So good for the body though. Then we're slowly going to place the right hand back where the face is. Push off from the right hand. The left hand will meet the right as it goes underneath the shoulders. If you can keep that right leg straight, you will, but if you need to bend it, that's perfectly fine. Rotating it all the way back, engaging the glutes. And the right leg lowers. Left leg goes out this time, up towards the sky. As you bend the left knee, heel to the bum, we create those fire hydrant rotations, taking it back, open, down, and in. Back, open, down, and in. And then keeping the heel to the bum as you activate that hamstring here. And then maybe that right side is different from that left side. Rotate the other direction. Oftentimes we are imbalanced and we are asymmetrical beings. So just noticing what you notice within how that mobility is within both sides. So nice, one more rotation. As we straighten that leg out, and then externally rotating it to the left hand side this time, placing it down. The 5 toes are facing forward. As you walk your hands forward onto the fingertips like a puppy's pose as you send your chest down, breathing into the shoulders and the shoulder blades here, allowing space for the belly to breathe. And then either you can stay here or you can go a step further by threading that right hand through the space and that window that we've created. Noticing the right shoulder as you lie your right ear to the mat. And just staying with the breath. And then you'll slowly draw the left hand back where the face is. Push off from your left hand as your right hand meets your left. And then if you can, you'll take that leg back straight or not, and you'll bend it. And then slowly release. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Untuck your toes, and we're going to hover the legs just for about 5 seconds here as you grab and grip the ground with your hands. Your knuckles will lift slightly, rounding that back, and slowly lower down. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward, take the shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, push and round. You slowly hover the knees off the mat, maybe about 5 to 10 centimeters. You hold for a little bit longer this time. So you start to really create that strength and that heat in the body. Stay with the breath. And so nice. We're going to lift the hips up. Keep your knees bent, downward facing dog. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. Your feet are hip distance apart. You're protecting the hamstrings as you really try to send your chest all the way down, keeping that nice straight spine. Maybe the rib cage touches those upper thighs. We'll move through one salutation, Surya Namaskar A, before we begin our flow. Gaze towards your hands as you step or hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. You'll lengthen out your spine. Maybe the knees stay bent here. Maybe you grab your hands on a block. The weight is into the heels of the feet, so the toes are super light. I want to place my cup of tea on your back. And you fold. Reach your arms forward and up. Inhale, high mountain as you reach all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, hands, heart, center. Just a moment of mindfulness as you notice your outside environment within noise, sound, sight, smell. Allowing yourself to stay here, now, and present. We'll inhale, reach the arms forward and up, high mountain. And exhale, forward fold, come all the way down to soften. Inhale, halfway lift as you lengthen out your spine. And exhale, fold hands down, we step back, high plank. And chaturanga, either let's all use our knees for the first one, yeah. Knees down, let's bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, lift up, open up the chest, upward facing dog. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Bend your knees, hips back, downward facing dog. Relax your neck. Maybe you straighten out the legs this one. Okay, we'll start to create a flow on each side now. Stay with your breath. Inhale, your right leg will lift for a 3-leg dog. You're going to bend your knee and flare open your hip as you gaze into your right armpit. Nice and strong in the hands and all the body parts that are contacted with the ground. Either you stay here or you can move your right knee in circles in the sky, moving that femur bone around the pelvic bowl here as you notice and open up your hip. Maybe there's some cricks and crackles, maybe not. Just invite those in. Gently, slowly release to come back to that 3-leg dog. Take an inhale. Next exhale, we step it forward in between your hands. Slowly turn out those left toes as they face parallel to the back of the mat. You're going to windmill your arms open, bending into that right knee, warrior 2. Here, both hips are facing that left side as you open up that right knee, and then allowing your shoulders to be above your hips here. Nice, deep, strong breaths. Both heels are in line with each other. Let's take an inhale. Next, exhale, reverse the warrior as you tip your hands back. Slowly come back to that warrior 2. We're going to straighten out that front leg. Step the back left foot a little bit closer. So you're probably about 1 meter apart here. You're going to grab your block or your object, or maybe not, that's also perfectly fine. And you're going to place the block onto the inner part of that right ankle. You're going to turn that left hip in, hands forward. You'll take your hands down. The right hand will come to the block, or maybe not, maybe just on the shin, as your left arm reaches up to the sky. Triangle pose. Really find length within this right armpit and this right rib cage as you twist within the spine and the rib cage here. Sending your chest up to the sky, but not over rotation. Deep breath in. Next, exhale, we slowly move the hands down, bend the legs once more, remove the block if you used it. Hands down, we step that right leg back, high plank, knees or no knees, chaturanga. Moving from that upward dog to that downward dog. Stay with your breath. Inhale, your left leg lifts for a 3-leg dog. Bend your knee, flare open your hip. This time we're gazing into that left armpit. And then maybe you're making circles with that left knee in the sky as you move the femur bone in that pelvic bowl. And maybe they're super small circles, or maybe they're super big. Just notice your mobility and know that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Just notice the body. Slowly come back to the 3-leg dog as we square off the hips. Inhale. Exhale, step that left leg forward in between your hands as you move your right foot out this time. Windmilling the hands, opening up all the way. Allowing both feet, or heels rather, to be in line, and both feet are parallel to each section of the mat, bending into that left leg. Nice and strong in the arms, not dropping this back arm, but lifting it up. Both hips are facing me as you're pushing and opening up this knee so it faces that middle toe, opening up the beautiful hips here. Deep breath in. Next, exhale, tip the hands back, reverse the warrior towards the back of the space. Slowly come back, warrior 2. As you straighten out that front leg, step that right leg closer this time. Heels are still in line with each other. And then we internally rotate the right hip as you draw your hands down, grabbing your block. The left hand goes on the block this time as your right arm reaches up to the sky. Finding this nice rotation, this lengthening and this opening up of the left rib cage. Stay with your breath. So nice. You're gently going to slowly release as you draw the block to the side, hands down, step the leg back, high plank, chaturanga. So nice. We're going to stay with it. I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but add some more spice and some more flavor. Inhale, your right leg will lift for that 3-leg dog. Bend your knee, flare open your hip. Either you stay or you're going to tip your right leg back to wild thing as you send your hips up, offering a slight back bend here. Slowly come back to that three-legged dog as you square off the hips. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward, warrior two. Rearrange your feet, windmill the arms open, open up that knee. Deep breath in. And exhale, tip the hands back. If it feels okay, reverse the warrior. Slowly come back, warrior two, straighten out that front leg. Step the back leg closer. Maybe use the block this time, or maybe not. You're going to take your hands forward, right hand down, left arm rotates and opens up the chest. Keep that right hip, or that left hip rather, facing towards the mat. We slowly windmill the hands down. Listen up, it's going to change here. Low lunge is both of your 10 toes are facing forward. Shiva squat, your left knee goes behind your right knee. And maybe you stay, or maybe you try and balance on that right leg by placing one hand on the calf or both hands on the calf. Try to look at something super still, become small like a ball. Allow your right ankle to move. It's going to help you with the balance. So nice. We're going to slowly and controlled come up with that left leg standing for a single leg stand, flexing into that foot. So you're stepping on that right leg as the left leg is lifted. We're going to move through some mobility here. So you're going to take your hands heart center. Your hips are going to stay forward as you move it around and bring it up. Moving that leg around and bring it up. Just like we did on the floor, but this time it adds a little bit of balance, a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor. We love some spice and flavor. And we take it back to rotate the other direction, really firming up the glutes here. They're nice and strong. And then slowly bring it back. You're going to come to a tree pose, placing either the foot can go onto the ankle, the calf, or onto the upper thigh here. Noticing how this feels. Finding your balance, gazing at one spot ahead of you, nice and centered and balanced. If the eyes move around, the body is going to move around. Maybe your hands are out to the side to test out your balance or to help you out here. That's perfectly fine. Then either you stay, or we're going to go a step further. You're going to take your hips back, chest forward, and come to that halfway lift with that straight spine here. And wobble and fall and come out of it. That's perfectly fine. Just come back and try again. Woo! And we're slowly going to come up with that leg. And place it down. Shake it out. Take a breath. Come to the front of the space. Inhale, high mountain, arms reach all the way up. And exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen out the spine. Exhale, fold and soften. Hands down, step or jump. Chaturanga. Stay with your breath. Same thing, other side. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-leg dog. Bend your knee, flare open your hip. Either you stay or you tip your dog back to wild thing, opening up. Firm up the glutes and the hips up. Come back to that three-leg dog as you square off the hips, taking an inhale. Exhale, left leg steps forward, warrior two, rearrange your feet. Really bend into this left leg and open up that knee. Deep breath in. And exhale, tip the hands back, reverse the warrior. Feel into that left rib cage. Slowly come back, warrior two. Straighten out that front leg as you step that left leg closer now. And then maybe you use the block, maybe you don't. You're going to move your hands forward, send your right hip down. Left hand down, right arm lifts and open. And then this left hand onto the calf really allows you to use it as a sort of like a pivot or a lever to rotate into this chest here. Nice and strong, deep breath in. And exhale, we move the hands down, low lunge, both 10 toes are facing forward, bend into that left leg. We'll change it up, add some spice. Right knee behind your left knee, Shiva squat. Either you stay, or you try one hand on the calf, or you try both hands on the calf. Really tuck that right knee behind the left as you become small like a ball. So nice. We're going to be nice and strong with that left leg as we stand up for a single leg stand on that left leg with the right leg lifted. This time, flex the foot. Same thing we did on the other side. So you're stepping on that left leg, that right leg is lifted, and we're going to work into that mobility. And then maybe the hands are out to the side as well for support, or maybe you're grabbing a wall. That's also perfectly fine. Then try not to move the body too much. We're just wanting to move that hip. And rotate the other direction. So nice. Really testing the balance here. Tree pose, set up wherever you feel is best for you. Try not onto the knee, it's bad for the joint here. It's cheating. I know it's a nice little lever step for that foot. Really finding length within your spine, gazing something super still, allowing that bottom ankle to move. Either you stay or you're going to go a step further, hips back, chest forward, hips back, chest forward, halfway lift, and you're gazing at a single spot ahead of you on the ground. So nice. Stay with it. I'm sure you're doing great. And we're going to slowly come up. Remove that leg, place it down, and shake it out. Good job, everyone. Come to the front of the space. Inhale, high mountain, arms reach all the way up. And exhale, forward fold to soften. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Step or hop or jump, chaturanga. Nice long breaths here. Then you're slowly going to bend the knees, open the knees nice and wide to the mat. Big toes touch to the back, child's pose. Notice all that flow, energy, and heat in the body. Where can you soften? You're slowly going to walk the hands all the way up. We'll come into some slightly more restorative postures now. You'll sit onto the glutes as you draw your feet together. Excuse me. Buddha Konasana here. The further that you place the feet away, the less intense this will be, because I know some people's knees tend to rise up and are super uncomfortable here. The closer that you place the feet towards the body, the more intense it will be. We're going to fold forward. You can fold forward onto the block, onto the pillow, onto the set of books, maybe, or maybe not fold at all. Or put your forehead onto anything, that's also perfectly fine. Inhale, lengthen out your spine as you hinge at your hips and fold and soften. Just for about 5 deep breaths here, just noticing that external rotation of your hips and the hip flexors. Just softening. So nice, gently, slowly release. And then you're going to open your legs nice and wide. You might need to turn to one section of the mat so you can use that whole length of the mat. You're going to inhale, lengthen. You're going to fold forward again. You're going to keep your feet nice and flexed as we soften and fold. 5 breaths as well. Maybe you're folding on a block, or maybe you keep the knees bent here as you know this is not your shape, and that's perfectly fine. At the beginning, when I started practicing, I never really practiced this shape because it's so intense, right? And about 2 years ago, I started practicing it more and more and more. And finally and eventually, I'm still not there completely fully yet, but I've gotten a lot more space and length within this, and definitely within those inner thighs. So consistency is key. Practice makes progress. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk yourself back. So nice. Place the hands underneath each knee as you draw them and bend them together. We're going to move forward onto the mat. And we'll do a bridge pose before coming to our Savasana. Hands forward, inhale. Exhale, roll down nice and slow and consciously. Feeling each vertebrae at a time, really engaging the core here. And then softening as you get to the bottom. Drawing your feet slightly closer to the body so that the middle toe or middle finger can touch the heel. Tilt the pelvis, push your lower back into the mat. As you push your hips up, firm up your glutes, hold and breathe, bridge pose. And then allow your knees to be in line with your hips here, pretending like there's two fists in between your knees here. Nice and strong for the first one, and we'll come to a second one with the use of the block or maybe, a couple of pillows. That's also perfectly fine. Deep breath in. Exhale, we lower down. Just hold for a moment. And then slowly, once you're ready, once more. Tilt the pelvis, push the lower back, lift the hips up, grab your block or your pillows and place it underneath the hips, just below the lower back, just above your glutes here onto the coccyx bone to really soften into the hips onto the block. Nice restorative shape. There's an option for you to keep the hands by the side or maybe take the hands out as the palms face up, armpits face up. Maybe you close your eyes. Such a great pose for the digestive system, especially in the morning. Deep breath in. Full breath out. You're going to firm up your hips, or glutes rather, as you send your hips up to the sky. Remove the block or pillows or books, whatever you used. Draw your knees to your chest. And then the last pose before Savasana, we'll open the legs nice and wide, hands onto the outside blades of the feet. The knees are into the armpits as the feet are up towards the ceiling, as though you can place your footprint into the ceiling. Happy baby pose, either you can shake your baby left and right, or you can play around by straightening and bending. Just notice how you feel. Notice what your body wants to do today. Then we'll slowly draw the knees into the chest. Wrap your hands around your legs. Give yourself a big hug, a hug of love, a hug of encouragement. Take a deep breath into your nose. And exhale out to Savasana. Left leg out left corner, right leg out right corner. Placing the hands along the body. And just softening. Rearranging the knees, the hips, the shoulders. Tucking the chin slightly to the chest so you elongate the back of the spine. And taking some nice deep conscious breaths here. As we just soften and pause for a moment before we continue the rest of our day. Noticing the heart rate. Noticing if there was any sweat that was built up here. Allowing yourself to be heavy towards the mat or the ground. And take a deep breath into your nose. And a full breath out. We'll slowly start to awaken the body by moving the hands, the feet, the fingers, and the toes. You're welcome to stay in the shape for a little bit longer if you'd like. Or you're welcome to move with me as we take our hands behind our head. Give yourself a big full body stretch. So nice. As you draw your knees to your chest and roll over to a nice fetal position, whatever side you wish, left or right. Nice comforting shape here. And just softening. And then once you're ready, you'll slowly press into the ground. Come to a nice comfortable seats, cross-legged or kneeling. Hands will be together at your heart center. Just notice all of that energy. Notice how you feel from the moment that you clicked onto this video until now. Then such a deep sense of gratitude from my heart to yours for guiding you, for letting me guide you through your practice. Nice and short and sweet and opening. So much love and light, and thank you so much for the support. The light in me sees and honors the light in you, beautiful people. Namaste. Until next time, I'll see you very soon.